What's up everybody, it's Michał and welcome back to Made Up Universe. Today we're gonna talk about gifts for geeks. Coming up! Before we start, please consider subscribing to my channel and hit that subscribe button. Also, don't forget to hit that bell notification button to stay notified every time I upload a new video. And obviously, if you like this video, leave a like. The gift giving season is almost upon us. Soon, wonderful presents will be lying underneath the Christmas tree, but if you think that big fat red dude's gonna climb down that chimney and do the work for you, well, I've got a bad news for you. But I've got also a good news for you. I decided to put together a guide for buying gift for geeks, like myself. I decided to split this guide into 8 different categories. In each of the categories, I'll try to find something affordable and something a little bit more pricey. Of course, everything I'm gonna talk about in this video, I'm gonna link that in the description below. And also just wanna mention straight away that this video is not sponsored by anyone. This is just me putting together things I like, although I completely wouldn't mind if that video was sponsored. But hey. The first category is piece of art. We love to decorate our rooms with different posters and pieces of art. Obviously, you can run to the nearest Tesco and pick up the poster for the latest Avengers movie, but today I've got something better. Today, I want to recommend some amazing artists that you can buy decor art from. Let's start with Tony Silas. He's a comic book artist and illustrator. He's got very original style and his pieces are very colorful and dynamic. I'm a big fan of his. You can contact him through his email address and also check out his Instagram. Send him a message, ask him for commissions and ask him for prices. Another artist is Scott Oakley. He's got this funny caricature kind of style of drawing characters' busts. He also got his shop set up on Etsy, so please check this out as well. Etsy is also a great place to find a lot more artists, and also this is the place where I got these from. Usually his prices are about £12 per piece. Last but not least is Dan Mumford. This guy is absolutely incredible. I love his style, I love his art, it's very unique and I'm sure you're gonna appreciate the work he's doing. Obviously his art is a little bit more expensive, his print starts at about £40–50. Let's move into the next category. The next category is electronics and gadgets. Of course we love that kind of stuff and I'm gonna start with one of my favorite ones. And that is Wi-Fi enabled, remotely controlled. This is difficult. LED light bulb. The one that I have is from the company called LifeX, and what's great about this is that you don't need any hubs for these light bulbs. You just connect them into your light socket and that's it. And on your phone you can pick up any color you want. You see this light behind me? That's one of them being used for this video. And I can make all kinds of different colors and make it illuminate very nicely. Additionally, this light bulb got a lot of different profiles and settings. You can do a stroboscope or you can do a music visualizer, which can be great for house parties. And you can get one of these for about £50. The second item here is, oh boy, I really like that one. It's Nintendo Classic Mini NES. You can pick up where you left off. This is an incredible gift for anyone who was growing up with these consoles. It has an original size pad and you can take the trip down the memory lane and relive all these amazing titles. And that costs only £50. Talking about electronics and games, I think gaming mouse is a great idea. Before I got all my gaming set up, the one thing that I actually dreamed about was having a gaming mouse. Currently, I have Corsair Scimitar, it's MMO gaming mouse. Obviously, if you're not into MMO gaming, you might not need this particular model. In this case, I can recommend Corsair Glaive. Now that I started talking about games, it kind of brings us into games category. Of course we love games, and here I've got two titles for you. The first one is recently released Marvel Spider-Man game for PlayStation 4. I haven't played this game myself yet, but I want to play it, and I would be super excited if I got it as a gift.
The city is in danger. It needs our help.
All of our help.
The next game is The Witcher. It's based on the books of Polish author Andrzej Sapkowski and also produced by Polish studio. It was a massive success and I spent countless hours playing that game, and I seriously can recommend this.
Among us, a legend. The one they call Geralt of Rivia, the White Wolf.
With game prices fluctuating and with all the deals, etc., it's hard to pinpoint what they cost exactly, but I would say somewhere between 30 and 50 pounds for a game. The next category is books and comic books. Let's start with comic books, but before we dive into that, I'd like to say something. Surprise gifts are fun and games, but quite often for us, thoughtful gifts are equally cool. I'm saying that because for comic books you might want to do some research, because we've got so many of these that sometimes it's difficult which one we have and which one we don't. But for today I have a little recommendation, and that would be the Infinity Gauntlet. This is the original story of Thanos when he snapped his fingers and erased half of the galaxy from the existence. Avengers Infinity War was based on this comic book. And also you will find out that this story is a little bit different than the one in the movie. So it's really worth picking that up and reading. And that's probably like 25 pounds. In terms of books, this is a little bit easier because it's hard to have that many books as comic books, I guess. But I don't know. Anyway, looking through the bookshelf is probably a bit easier than looking through the comic book boxes. Anyway, for the books, I would recommend finding like a set of books or collector's edition. And here I have one that I can actually show you. This is a lovely set of Game of Thrones books. I guess it's really worth it. And I myself till today I really long for a good set of Lord of the Rings books. Now that we mentioned collector's edition, we can smoothly transition into collectibles. And here I'm gonna have two options for you. The first pocket-friendly option is Funko Pop. These are vinyl toys with oversized heads, and the great thing about them is that Funko actually makes them from almost every pop culture franchise there is, ranging from movies, TV series, comic books, or even famous people. Just have a little look at my collection. Here's Darth Vader, here's The Witcher, yes, from that game I mentioned before. I've got also like Spider-Man or even Goku from anime. And I have to say, these are pretty awesome. I always want more, and they're about 10 pounds each. Unless you find a rare one, they can be a lot more expensive. This category is specifically selected for Lord of the Rings fans. If you've got a keen eye, you might have already noticed some of them in the background. Weta Workshop, the people who were responsible for all the movie props, designed and released recently they vinyl miniatures called Epic Minis. And if we have a quick look over there, let me just grab that one. This is my most valuable possession. This is Barlog from Lord of the Rings. This is about 100 pounds. That's also a gift from my amazing sister. Hey sister, that's a big thumbs up for you. I also got a couple more. I've got Gimli, the dwarf, right here. This is about 50 quid, the smaller ones. And I've got Gandalf the Grey. The Gandalf the Grey is really nice with this little detail of the butterfly, and one of the very characteristic things about these vinyl toys are the kind of geometrically sculptured, well, in case of Barlog these are flames, but on Gimli it's bird and Gandalf, bird and hare as well. So I really recommend these ones if you're looking to buy a gift for any Lord of the Rings fan. These are absolutely gorgeous. Next category, Geeky Clothing. We all love t-shirts from our favorite franchises, like you see that Star Wars one I'm wearing, and obviously getting one of those for the geek is always a great idea. I can recommend one shop that you can actually get a lot of them from, and that's EMP. But here specifically I would mention one thing. Do you know Ashoka from Star Wars The Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebels? The lady who voiced that character, she designed and released her own clothing brand, Star Wars related, for females. So if you are on EMP website, type Hey Universe and you will find an amazing range of clothes. They don't necessarily state straight away that they are Star Wars related, but if you know the franchise, you will definitely see that they are Star Wars inspired. Some of them obviously are, well, obvious, but the others not so much. And I personally am a huge fan of this initiative. I'm a huge fan of her designs. The next category are experiences. We love adventures, so in here I'll name just a couple, like paintball, laser tag, archery, axe throwing, sword fights. But also there's one in particular I'd like to talk about. Unfortunately, the sort of downside is that there's only a handful of places where you can experience that, and that would be Star Wars Void. It's a augmented reality experience when you put like a helmet with goggles on, you've got this backpack that vibrates and sort of stimulates the experiences, and you walk in straight into the Star Wars world. You shoot stormtroopers, you go on a mission, you've got your objective, it's plenty of fun. I've been there, I've done that, and I can really recommend that. It's 15 minutes, but it just feels like 5, unfortunately, because you're just having that much fun, and shooting stormtroopers is that cool. But being inside, you can experience so much. You like feel the heat, feel the wind, feel the cold and everything. Just so realistic.
Looks like you'll have to fight your way out.
I know that one place is in London, so if you're from around here, you definitely can go and experience that. There are a couple of places like that in America, and the cost of that is, I think it was £35, but my memory could be kind of wonky. And finally, we're getting into the last category, stocking fillers. These are just like small gifts, probably up to £10. And in this category, I'm gonna start with Metal Earth. I've got little Millennium Falcon built of little sheets of metal, and obviously if the person you're buying the gift for likes doing something like that, because this is probably like 3 hours to put it together, this is a great option. That costs you probably about £10, and they've got like many different models. Some of them are architectural, some of them are like characters, some of them are spaceships from Star Wars and other movies, so I think that's a great idea. The last option in this list flies to us like a Millennium Falcon through the Kessel Run. Okay, I'll stop now. But no, seriously, like the last category, little piece of Lego. I've got this Millennium Falcon, that's also a gift from my wonderful wife, and I'm just loving it, and this is always fun. We love Lego. And that's it for today, guys. So please let me know in the comment section below, is there any gift from my list that you would consider purchasing, or are there maybe any other gifts that I haven't thought about but you know about and you consider to be a great idea? Let me know, I'd love to find out. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe to my channel, hit the bell notification button to be notified every time I upload the video. I don't do it that often, once a week. And as always, see you next time in the Made Up Universe.